Siddharam everybody, and welcome to tonight's discourse satsang from the Krsna Seva Ashram. As a group, from time to time we are doing these virtual Yagna and satsang for the benefit of all. Earlier this week, we had on the group a little discussion about Bhagwat Geeta. And I had shared from the Geeta press version, the common copy, verse 40 of chapter 4. And we'll get to what it has in that verse. And, just to read out the verse. He who lacks discrimination in Mahabharata, where the same verse is translated, it says the person who cannot discernment, is devoid of faith, and is at the same time possessed of doubt, is lost to the spiritual part. For the doubting soul, there is neither in this world or the world beyond happiness. There is no happiness. So I sent it out into the group, and I asked everybody, what does this verse give you? From time to time in the group, I try to send out little messages, knowledge, procedures, different things to elevate members. If you would like to join, as you're watching this, if you're watching live or you're watching on the repeat, and you haven't joined the Ashram's group yet, this is a WhatsApp group. On Facebook, you'll see the link. You can just click and you'll join the WhatsApp group. And every day, ever so often, I'm sending katha, discourse, messages, information concerning our Dharma, different topics to engage a person. So it is not monotonous, it is not boring. But the feedback that I got showed, and I'm just talking about this to explain what my objective in these 3 nights is. How many people are not clear about the Bhagwat Geeta? And we need to elucidate, we need to clarify some things, and to discuss, to share ideas. And this is what I aim to do in this Yagna. To touch on some points, to introduce you to some parts at the beginning and the ending of Geeta that we don't necessarily get to hear. We'll touch on chapter 4, I'm focusing on chapter 4. And on our last night, we will be reading about the benefit of reading chapter 4 from something called the Mahatyam of Bhagwat Geeta chapter 4. And I'll explain more about that. There are some people that don't know what is really happening in this divine song. Bhagwat Geeta means divine song. Sometimes when we say Geeta, the belief is Bhagwat Geeta. But there is Yamraj Geeta, there is Ram Geeta that is found in Ramayana. There's Vidur Geeta, there's Yudhava Geeta, there are different Geetas, many, covering different topics in our Dharma for different people at different stages in their life, for men, women, death, etc. Teachings, good knowledge contained in all this. Bhagavad Gita means a divine song, the words that emanated from the lips of Lord Krishna, the questions and the doubt. Sunday is the Hindi word for doubt. Doubt. When somebody is going through something and they are wondering, why? Why am I facing with this problem? Why am I going through all this? That doubt sometimes comes into the person. In chapter 4, you will hear about the doubt that comes into this individual, and the doubt is so amazing because what you will hear tonight, what Arjun knows, and still he has doubt. And in this discussion, I'm reading Geeta. Wednesday was the 26th anniversary of my father's passing. He died in 1995. I lost my dad. And on 9th of June was my birthday. That was the last day I got to see my father. And 7 days later, he died, years ago, cancer related. And this 3 nights is partly to help his soul. I did prayer on Wednesday, and now we are doing Yagna. So I pray that his soul benefit. In addition to that, today and every day for the recent, we have been getting home here calls, Baba sick, getting sick, the person has died. And every day people are looking at the news and they're seeing numbers, and not only COVID related, but other causes, natural, some not. And it is apparent that people are becoming numb. Maybe we get so 200 people, 15 people die, 45 people die, whatever the number is, but it is just a number. But when you start to put a name to the person, then you remember the humanity. And tonight, in reading these things, I want to remember the soul of Kishan Jadunanan, the sister of Rina Rajaram, who died only today. There are many people. Hema, my relative, she died from COVID-related sickness. And the families of these people, and many more, too many to remember, they are still coping. But everybody is looking on, well, when will we reopen back? But what about these people that life change in a way that until you're in it, you really don't know what it is or what it feels like. And I hope you don't have that experience. So tonight we have many things to accomplish. I hope you enjoy your discourse. Please put your hands together as we do opening mantras before we go into our katha. Om Gajananam Bhudaganadisevitam Kapeta Jambu Palachara Bhakshritam Umasutam Sho Kavinashkarakam Namami Viganeshwara Padapankajam Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sadhike Sharanye Triambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. As we are reading tonight, if you've lost somebody, if somebody in the family passed away, whether local or abroad, wherever they might be, let's say a prayer together for those souls. Om Manadhini Dhano Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Akshay Pundarikaksham Preta Moksha Pradho Bhavam. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Let us now chant the words of the Geeta Dhyana, this prayer that is recited before the recitation, the study of Bhagavad Gita. And as we go, I would like to just read the meaning for you, so that tonight, as we learn more about our Bhagavad Gita, we are not in the Bhagavad Gita tonight, we are learning about it. I want you to remember what you're about to hear. Please, everybody, join your hands and you pray. Pray for your family, pray for those near ones, loved ones, the neighbors. Pray for peace and pray for us to overcome this obstacle. Remember, as a pundit, I will give 10 people, say the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, for example. But do you think those 10 people are going to get the same similar benefit? There are some people who will tell you, I go in prayers and I never get through nothing. The mantra is the same, the flowers, the sindoor is the same, the flag is the same. What's the difference? Could it be the devotee's mind, how they envisage God, how they pray? Could you imagine somebody sitting to pray, dear God, I don't know if you're real, I don't know if I believe in you, I don't believe in you, but mommy said to do it, so I'm doing it. But I don't have no faith. Do you think that guy is going to get through in the same way as the person who sits down and when they close their eyes, they could see Prabhu. They could feel him. The energy of that divinity is around them, holding them, touching them, because of their sincerity in their prayer, their focus in their prayer. And from that focus, you get positive outcome. And when you start to see things change, when you start to see goodness in your life, maybe then it will inspire the person to have faith and believe in something that is greater than you and I. So faith comes from hardship, from pain and trouble, from the rough things that happen in our day-to-day life. And you say, dear mother, oh, Durga Mata, I had a rough day today. I nearly get in an accident today. I failed the exam today. Not every day is a good day. But from those days when you see progress, when you see benefit, when you see improvement, the person is in the hospital gasping for air. But with prayer, potent only because of what you put in, person starts to recover. There are many examples of that. And that shows the person, you know what? Prayer has really saved my life. Then that person is going to be a better connected person with the divine. Where are you tonight? When you are looking at this, some people will say, well, you know, I'm not in the temple, I can't smell the incense burning or the havan burning, so I am not inspired. My dear friend, God is here, there, and everywhere. And even in these times, we still have to pray, if not harder. I don't know if you agree with me. Through our medium here online, at least you connect. Don't look at the medium. Don't focus in the distance and all the different things and these young people think, you know how it goes. No. Look at the opportunity to listen to your Prabhu Shravanam, to look on, to witness, to be that person. Sevanam, I can still see my God, I can still see the light, I can still witness the prayer. Then I can still do puja in my mind, in my heart. And for this reason, with that positive mindset, then simple prayer is going to yield a lot for you. Let's go tonight. And again, as we listen, I'm reading from Mahabharata, from the Bhishma Parva. Inside this Parva label, this volume labeled Bhishma Parva, chapter 13 starts Bhagwat Geeta Parva, like a sub-chapter, right? And this is where we enter. Before we do so, let's do Geeta Dhyana. Put your hands together. For those of you coming in, Sitaram, again, you haven't missed much. Let's pray to Lord Krishna. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagwat Narayanaya Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advayamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashta Dasa Dhyayinim Amba Tvayam Mansadhanami Bhagavat Gite Bhavad Vaishvinim. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, the meaning now, with which Arjuna is illumined by Sri Hari Vishnu himself, which was composed within the Mahabharata by that ancient sage Vyas Muni. O Mother, O Destroyer of rebirth, O shower of nectar, consisting of 18 chapters, O dear Geeta, O dear Mother, I meditate upon you. Namastute Vyasa Vishal Buddhi Pulada Vrindayate Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharatela Purna Prajwalito Gyanamaya Pradipa. Salutations to you, Vyas Muni, one with broad intellect and eyes that were like petals of the lotus flower. O lamp of knowledge filled with oil of the Mahabharata, let that light shine into my life. Prapana parijataya totraveka paranaya Gyana mudraya Krishnaya Geet amrita duhe namaha. Salutations to Krishna, the Parijat, Kal Patra, the bestower of all the desires of those that take refuge in him. In one hand he has the whip. When he was riding the chariot, he had to whip the horses. He has a whip. In the other, he is the holder of the divine knowledge, the Sudarshan Chakra. O Milka, O Krishna, Milka of the nectar of this Geeta. You are the singer of the Geeta. You are the one who brings forward this nectar. I bow to you. Sarva Upanishadu Gavo Dugada Gopala Nandana Parato Vatsa Sudhir Bhukta Dugdam Geetam Ritamahat. All the Upanishads, the texts are the cows. Listen to this symbolism. All the texts, the Upanishads, those books are the cows. The milker of this cow is Krishna, the cowherd boy who is watching the milking process is Arjuna. And he, the cowherder is Lord Krishna, he is milking the cow. And Arjuna is the calf waiting to get his turn to drink. People with purified intellect. What purifies the mind? Faith. The person with faith are those people waiting for the milk that Krishna is milking from the Upanishads. And he's bringing it forward for you. But the milk is the nectar from the Geeta that you are digesting. And that nectar is what will nourish your body. That will help you, grow you. Not only physical nourishment, but spiritual nourishment as well. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. I bow to Krishna, the world, Jagat Guru, the teacher for this world. O son of Vasudeva, destroyer of Kans and Chanur. There were two people in the wrestling match. It was Balaram and Krishna against these two guys, and they destroyed them. Oh, blissful, supreme happiness that comes from Devaki, I bow to you. Bhishma Drona Tatha Jayadhrata Jala Gandhara Nilopal Shalya Grahavati Kripane Vahani Karne Vikul Vilakula Ashwa Atma Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotina Kulu Pandave Rana Nadhike Vartaka Keshava. With Keshava at the driver's seat, the charioteer, helmsman. Verily, he crossed the Pandavas over this battle, as if he's describing now this battle like a river. This river, he's going to cross them. On one side is Bhishma, on the other side is Drona. The water in this river is Jayadratha. All these are great, knowledgeable, great enemies. They are fighting people, knowledgeable of war. And Krishna maneuvers to cross these enemies. King Gandhara was like the flowers in the water. The crocodiles that delve into the river, that wanted to bite the Pandavas, Salya, Kripa, and all these other characters, the bellows, Karna, the alligators, Vikarna, Ashwa, Atma, the whirlpool to pull the boat into the river, to kill them, Duryodhana. All of these enemies are there around them. And Krishna is the one navigating the Pandavas to cross this battle that is symbolically described as a river. Parasharya vacha sharu jama malam Geeta gandha dhokatam Nana kayana kakeshwaram Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loka Sajana Shatapadhya Raha Raha Pepayam Modaha Boyod Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Prajvam Sinaha Shreyasaha. Mary Lotus of the Mahabharata, born in the lake of the words of Vyas. See the image, a lake has all the words of Vyas, and the Mahabharata came out because Vyas wrote more than one text. The Mahabharata comes as one big flowers, one of the texts he wrote. This Mahabharata is sweet with the fragrance because of the Geeta being inside the Mahabharata, with all the stories as its stamen or the parts of the flower, fully opened by the discourses of Krsna. This flower is the destroyer of all the sins in this Kali Yuga, and drunk joyously the nectar by the bees that are good people in this world. They become day by day the bestower of goodness. This flower brings good, blessingness, happiness, joy, because we are happy, because we are seeing punyam, blessings, happiness, ashirwad, because of what the Geeta and the Mahabharata is giving to us. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Paramanandam Madhavam. You know, we say this prayer very regular in Puja. He says, based on the imagery of the Mahabharata, being like this lotus flower that is feeding the bees, the people of this world, this Geeta that is the essence in this flower, Madhava is supreme bliss. Madhava is another name for Lord Krishna, the source of happiness. Because of his grace, the dumb person, meaning the person who can't speak, that person could become eloquent, speak like a politician. The cripple, the handicapped, specially able person, he will cross, not only walk, but cross mountains. Know this to be true. When you have his grace, when you drink of that nectar, and his sins start to move off your back, and the load of sin start to go, that happiness, remember, in Geeta chapter 4 verse 40, it says that when the person doesn't have faith, when the person cannot discern what is good or bad, cannot discriminate, doesn't know the difference, it said when we were talking at the beginning, that person will not find happiness in this life or next life. Happiness is being discussed. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunvanti Divyaistave Vedai Sangha Pradu Kramo Pranishade Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastid Targatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yashyantam Navidu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Last verse. Salutations to the Devatas, whom Brahma, Indra, to that Devata, God, Krishna, whom Brahma, Indra, Varun, Rudra, and Marut praise, they bow with divine hymns in the tone of the Samved, the Anagas, Padma, Krama, Metta, different ways to sing. They sing for him, Krishna. The Upanishads revere him. The yogis see him, Krishna, in their mind, absorbed in their meditation, and whose end the host of devatas and the asuras and the bad people, they still don't know everything about him. So vast and so great is our Krishna. That story doesn't finish. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Many people have had Gita Path at their home, and for those devotees, sometimes they open their Gita book and they see in the beginning, in chapter 1, diligently people try. Dhritarashtra said, Sanjaya, gathered on that holy field of Kurukshetra, eager to fight, what did my sons and sons of Pandu do? And we see on the cover Krishna and Arjuna speaking. But who? How is it that we know this Gita is accurate? Who is recording? Where did this happen? We know that the king, the blind king, who is in the first verse, he is in the throne in Hastinapur, which is at a distance from where Kurukshetra is. So how, if you read your Gita, how is it possible? At that distance, he didn't have cell phone. How does he know to put in here what is being told? Who is recording here? And this is part of our discussion tonight. Why is Dhritarashtra, the blind king, asking these questions? And I want you to think about what I'm saying. We take this for granted and we go with it, Gita, 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 but who is talking in Gita? Who is listening in Gita? If I ask you tonight, who is the first person beside Krishna and Arjuna? Who was the first person to hear the Bhagwat Gita? Baba Miyano. Would you believe Hanumanji? Hanuman Baba. Hanuman Baba. Please, with that thought, let's go tonight. We are entering the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita Parva, contained in the Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata. And bad news. The war is going on. The war is going on. Follow me? And bad news comes to the ears of the blind king. Dhritarashtra is the one, let me say one brother. The other brother is Pandu. Pandu had 5 sons. We call them the Pandavas. Arjuna is one of them. Dhritarashtra, he has many sons, 100 sons. And in one day Pandu has died, and Dhritarashtra now is remaining as the king. And between his sons, the Kurus, and the Pandavas, there's always conflict. At different times, we've spoken about it in Satsang. Gita now is what is happening just before the battle. But please listen how it unfolded. For the blind king, first verse, he cannot see with his eyes. And Vyas Muni, as he's talking to Ganesh, because they are writing Mahabharata, as Vyas is calling it out, Ganesh Baba is writing with his broken touch. Do you remember that discourse? Writing. And Ganesh will ask him questions. But now, this blind person, spiritually, mentally, physically blind, somebody comes to tell him. The Prime Minister of his capital comes to tell him bad news. Let's hear what happens. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatma Namo Namah. Everybody, let's sing together.
Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatma Namo
Namah. Sanjayo Aham Maharaj Namaste Bharat Varshyabhya Hato Bhishma Shantanuva Bharat Tanapidamayatam Kukudhaye Sarvayodan Dham Sarvadhanu Santunayate Sharre Pal Yodan To Sheta Kurupati Pitamaha Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatma
Namo Namah.
Ma Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Vyas Muni says it is time now for the epic, for the war to begin. Sitting in the throne room by himself, Dhritarashtra, knowing at a great distance battle is going on, but he doesn't know what is happening. Sanjay comes, the politician comes, and he says, "O Rajan, I am Sanjay, O foremost of the race of Bharat, O son of Shantanu, the son of Shantanu Bhishma, the grandfather, your grandfather, the elder of the Kuru dynasty. He has fallen in battle. he has died. The foremost of all warriors, the personification of the archer, that person lies on a bed of arrows today. O King, relaying with what little energy is left within him, he guides those on both sides how to prepare. Your son played in a match of dice. Remember that dice game? That great Bhishma, who was witness to that dice game, now lies on a bed of arrows, and he has been destroyed by somebody called Shikandin. The mighty warrior formerly defeated all the kings of this earth that were assembled in Kashi. When the son of Jamadagni, Parashuram, came, that Bhishma, that great individual, stopped Parashuram in his steps, and Parashuram had to back away. He could not destroy Bhim. That son of Ganga, that person today is dead. Resembling Indra himself, going with white beard and white hair with silver crown and silver jewel, mounting that chariot, wailing and yelling as he was ready for battle, protecting the throne of Hastinapur as he had done throughout his life. That lion of Hastinapur is now lifeless. He protected your army for 10 days so far, 10 days and 10 nights. Fear lived in the heart of the Pandavas. When he would let loose arrows, thousands were dead. And continuously he did this while he's fighting. We leave chapter 13, we go into 14. And Dhritarashtra is lost. What? How the foremost of the Kurus, the Kauravas, Bhishma, could be killed by Sikandi. He who has like the energy of Indradevta, the knowledge of Garud, the strength of Garud. How could he be destroyed? How could he fall? Who was on his right side? Think about it now. They want to know who. Where did the struggle come? Did the people that were surrounding him, because the description of the army is so vast. There's a general on this side, Duryodhana on this side, Dushashan on this side. People around him to protect him. But when he charges, the army takes the form of an arrowhead and they rip apart the Pandavas on the other side. When he attacked the enemy ranks, which one of our warriors was on his left and right? He is like the son of our army. That son of Shantanu, who overthrows so many people. His body, his legs are like arrows, his lips is like a bow. How could he be overthrown? What are you saying? Are you sure it is him? If he fought them for 10 days, how is it that he fell? That person who could shoot inexhaustible amount of arrows, how could he be killed in this battle? What are you saying? Seeing the son of Shantanu, Bhishma, fall. How is the enemy going to be destroyed? How did the Pandavas fight Bhishma? Was it fear? And if Drona is still alive, if Kripa, remember those names from the Gyan, those great teachers, great souls. If Bhishma, Atirat and all these other great people that he sent to fight, how come could the Panchala prince, a young individual, the son of Draupad, remember Draupad and Draupadi, two brother and sister, I'll do that discourse. Sikandin is the son of Draupad, so this is like Draupadi's nephew, he's a young guy. How could this young person destroy him? Tell me this, please. Did Duryodhana stand there and see his grandfather destroyed? As hard as my heart is, it is made of stone, but it is breaking to hear that Bhishma has fallen. How could he be killed? He, with all his gray hair and his wonderful sunk, How could the sons of Madri, how could the sons of Kunti, how could they destroy him? Who opposed him? Is it the foot soldiers left away for the enemy to come in and find him? What did my son, my eldest son Duryodhan, what did he do? What mistake did he make if he's the general and you allow the head of your army to fall? Something is wrong. Oh Sanjay, talk. I am fearful for my army. Without Bhishma at the helm, as if he's Parameshti himself, Mahadev. Without him, how will the Kauravas, how will my side win? How are we going to be able to destroy those that I never really cared for? He says, let me tell you something today. Those sons of Pandu, remember I told you Pandu is his brother. These are his sons. Pandu died, so they are without a father. But he says, I never cared for the Pandavas. And today I want them dead more. I want those to be destroyed, obliterated. I want you to tell me what went on so that we may be able to destroy them. I consider the rest of my army, O Sanjay. 45th verse in the 14th chapter, he says, I consider my entire army slain. I consider my entire army destroyed without this man. In my opinion, hardship, sickness have come upon me. In the days past, I remember when Bhishma had gone for Amba, Parashuram comes with his battle axe and nothing. Parashuram came at my Bhishma, my grandfather, my relative, my ancestor. Nothing, that great incarnation of Mahavishnu, nothing could stop him. Not even that Rama, that Parashuram, not even him. That Kshatriya had to go away. Now you're telling me Sikandi has destroyed him. There is no doubt the son of Draupadi, Sikandi, killed him in the battle. But how? What weapon? What type of bravery is this child having that he can face Bhishma and destroy him? If this child could do that, what will the rest of the Pandavas do? Tell me how that battle between the Pandavas and Bhishma went down. Oh Sanjay, don't stand there and just don't talk. What has caused me to be deprived of this hero? I feel as if we are now all, my entire army, city, everybody is like women that cannot hold a weapon. We are all defenseless. We have no protector. And now my entire army, I can only imagine they are panic-stricken. To see him fall, who will fall next? My sons cannot stand up in his shoes. When we caused our greatly powerful father, the foremost of virtuous, to be killed, like a man who desires of crossing the ocean, and then halfway the boat sinks down in fathomless deep water. I am sure my sons are bewailing in grief to hear the death of Bhishma, but also to be in this position where they don't have that protector. For it does not burst, my heart does not burst on hearing the death of Bhishma, but I am now worried about my sons. I am worried. Think about what he's saying here. My heart is like a stone, but it bursts because I am worried about my sons. How has this invincible warrior been killed? Tell me. Oh Sanjay, you tell me that the son of Santanu, Bhishma, is dead, burning with grief for my sons. I am overwhelmed with sorrow. I hope for relief for the soul of Bhishma, Santanu Putra, Ganga Putra. But I can only imagine the color of the sky to see his body lying on a bed of arrows. Whom did Duryodhana seek refuge? Who does my son go to for advice? Does Drona and all these other people help him? Who will guide my son? The sons of Pandu, are they happy? Are they celebrating? What are they doing? Tell me these things. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? He says, "Oh Sanjay, you have made my grief worse. As if a fire is blazing and you are putting ghee into that fire. More and more grief is coming. To hear him dying and I am dying too. I and my sons are lamenting and I cannot go to bring any help or any solace to them. Oh Sanjay, tell me everything. Listen everybody, tell me everything. Tell me all in full, in detail, what was achieved in that battle, what had happened when that battle started. Go back and tell me the story by the great warrior that is skilled in all the weapons, Bhishma. Tell me everything what my sons did. What did the sons of the Pandavas did? Tell me everything. Understand that. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. At this time the war is on, and somewhere in the middle Bhishma dies. So the word comes back to Dhritarashtra in the Hastinapur castle that this man had died. And he now says, tell me all that went on before. All that went on. Tell me what has happened. So this is being regurgitated. This is being retold. The Bhagavad Gita is being repeated here. And this is what we know in the Gita book. What Sanjay is answering, these questions of Dhritarashtra, this is what is going to be retold. Gita is not starting yet. Mahabharata is still going on. Please listen. Sanjay says, "O Rajan, this question that you are asking me is very correct. What happened? What led to the fall of Bhishma? But you should not blame Duryodhana. Don't blame your son. The man who suffers evil, suffers that evil because of his own misconduct, and should not blame or attribute his problems, his hardship, his pain, his loss to somebody else. This is that person's karma. O King of Kings, the man who does all sorts of harm to others deserves to be punished." The Pandavas are totally unacquainted with the ways of wickedness. And for a long time, they were looking up to your face for help, for protection as a father figure. And they silently suffered all the injury. And they still forgave. And they still went into exile. And they stayed away and did everything. But you allowed all of this to fall upon them. And now you are reaping the reward, O Rajan, O King, Lord of the earth. Here, all the horses and all the elephants, immeasurable, powerful force. All that is happening. But don't grieve, King, because all of this is preordained by the will of Bhagwan. Prabhu wishes all of this. He says, how do I know this? Please listen. How do I know this? Bowing my head to my father, I gain the darshan, I gain grace, where I have excellent celestial vision, the power of seeing and hearing from a great distance, knowing other people's heart and thoughts from past, what had already happened. This is past tense, the battle is already on, and future tense, what is coming. The delightful power of going through the air, the knowledge of all the persons that violate the ordinance and power of right and righteous battle, the weapons, everything. I know it and I can hear it and I can relate to you. I shall narrate to you this entire Leela, this entire Geeta, the song, this highly wonderful, hair-stirring battle that was fought amongst those sons of yours, meaning Pandavas and the Kauravas, both as his sons. The sons, according to Gurpran, the son of one brother, if there are, let's say, 3 brothers, that one son is the son of all the brothers. So what's supposed to happen is that Pandu has died. Dhritarashtra was supposed to care for these nephews as if these are his own sons, with love, respect, care. If somebody injures them, take care of them, protect them. Protect the children that are under your care. Simple as that. When the troops, listen, planning had started. Geeta is not ready yet. When the troops were arranged, they were ready to start the battle. Duryodhana tells the next brother, the next one, Dushashan, let all the vehicles, all the chariot protect Bhishma, Pitamaha. When the battle begins, your son told him, remember, Arjun is in front, but he's protecting a guy by the name of Sikandin. Sikandin in his previous life was a woman. And in that form, that woman had given Shrap. I'll do that discourse for you one day. She had given Shrap that I will come again and I will come and destroy you, O Bhishma. He had caused her hurt, pain, and she put that Shrap on him while he was young. She dies and she's reborn as this young boy, a young man, an adult, but still young, against this monster of a man. So do not allow that Sikandin or Dushashan to come close to Bhishma. If that person comes close to Bhishma, he will fall. For this reason, Bhishma would not fight, he would not protect himself against Sikandin. Let all the troops, east, west, north, south, skill protect Bhishma at all costs. Even the most powerful lion, Dushashan, listen, the most powerful lion, if left unprotected, and wolves jump on that same mighty beast, the best lion could be destroyed. So too, if we are not careful, Bhishma the lion will be destroyed by Sikandin the jackal, the hyena. Let all of them flank him and be very careful with Falgun, Arjun, another name for him. He is going to try to cut into the ranks with his chariot. You see that Krsna who is in front with him? They are very tactful. And they are going to try to ebb their way into our ranks to get close to Bhishma. Do not allow it to happen. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Sanjay says the night passed away, loud music, bellowing noise on both sides, making different type of songs to instigate and affect the other side, to put fear in their hearts, to have doubt whether they would be able to win. Dhritarashtra says, Sanjay, tell me about the different encampments. Tell me about what was going on. Sanjay was talking about how they arranged the army, the weapons, the different things they had. In the night, how when the battle was going to start, Patra-wise, Magh was the nakshatra, which planet was in the sky, and how the sun was hot. In the night, all carnivorous animals, jackals, crows, vultures, they were squealing and bawling as they were preparing for the feast of dead bodies that was going to come. Every day, Bhardwaj, son, Drona, Bhishma, they would come and look over their army in preparations as they arrange themselves and they align themselves in getting ready to fight. He says, tell me now about the other side, about the troops of the Pandu. And they hear that Bhim is the person that is matched against Duryodhana. He is the person that is matched in the front to reign and to hold Duryodhana and all the forces. On one side, Nakul, on the other side, Sahadev way to the back, protected by an army of elephants. Yudhishthir, Arjun in the middle, and Sikandin and all the different princes, kings that had come together to fight on their side, flanked by thousands and thousands of foot soldiers. Dhritarashtra wants to know who is shining more in his sun, who is looking more affluent. And Sanjay is talking and describing to the armor that Duryodhana is wearing, the armor that Yudhishthira is wearing, his weapon that Bhim had, everything. Because of the drishti, because of the divine vision, because of the blessing, he could see and give description. And Dhritarashtra, blind as he is sitting down there, is seeing everything based on Sanjay's gift. And he's relaying to him everything, how they are lined up. Everything is forming up. Sanjay says, seeing the vast army of your son Duryodhana, the son of Kunti, Yudhishthira, is full with grief at one point. Let's hear what he says in this verse. Grief, Dhritarashtra wants to know. What? So we had gone back now from where Bhishma had died, and the story has started over. This is a story being related. I hope you understand that this had already happened in reality. And now the storyteller is giving the person all the play-by-play action. He says Yudhishthira is hurt. He's in grief. And Arjun comes to see what's wrong with him. As the king is becoming pale, Yudhishthira speaks to Arjun. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bole
Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam.
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Dhanjaya Kathaye Shaukayam. Smarani Binaye Hava. Duryodhana Dhritarashtra Putro. Yesha Yugya Pita Maha. Jai Bole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jai Bole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jai Bole Baba Tav Sharanam. Everybody, Jai Bole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Yudhishthira is full of doubt. As he's watching, imagine yourself in a fight, the fight going to start, and you're seeing people line up and everybody hate you. What wrong I do? Why everybody against me? And he speaks to his younger brother and he says, oh Dhanjaya, how are we going to fight the sons of Dhritarashtra? How are we going to fight Duryodhana and his army when Bhishma is the person commanding that army? Immovable, impenetrable, that amount of soldiers, that chastiser of all the foes, Bhishma is unfailing. And I have to take all his lives and go and slaughter them. Oh brother, what to do? How can we be victorious against this army? And Yudhishthira is trembling. And Arjun, please listen, Arjun is smiling and he says, oh great leader, oh great majesty, what manner is this? Conqueror of the wise and those filled with merit. Please listen carefully. You who are without malice and ill will, I will tell you what Narad Muni told Bhishma and he told Drona long ago. Long before me and you existed, there was a battle between Bhishma and all of Hastinapur against the Daityas, then a young man. And he, together with the Devatas, are fighting the bad guys. And they wanted victory. And no matter how much they were fighting, it wasn't coming. This victory is not coming. It is not ending. This battle is forever extending. Something is making it go on. Knowing the difference between winning and losing, Bhishma goes to think. He says we must not fight with arrogance, we must think. Victory is certain wherever righteousness is there. Narad Muni comes to look for them at that time in the camp. And he says, O Rajan, O Bhishma, know that victory is certain for you in this battle. Victory will always come to those that have Krishna. Yatha tunadar prahayatha Krishnastato jaya evam rajan vijayatat vasurani jaya. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Victory is inherent. Victory is certain for those that follow Madhava. Victory is attributed to those people that are humble. Govind possesses might, and he gives that might to those people that hold on to him, that whatever battle, whatever the enemy is, that victory will be sounded, and that Krishna would lift up that person. He says, oh Yudhishthira, in those days Krishna appeared in the sky, not yet upon the earth. And he says, I grant you, O Bhishma, that so long as I am on your side, victory is certain. And that same Bhishma and Drona know that with Krishna on the opposing side, that the Pandavas are going to win. Therefore, brother, I do not see the need for sorrow. You have the Lord of that universe. You have Jagat Guru. Remember the mantra in the Gyan? Jagat Guru, the world teacher, is with us. Then, O Lord, O brother, celestial beings already know victory is for us. Why? Why are you worried? What are you beating up yourself for? Yudhishthira puts his hand together and he bows to the skies. You know, sometimes when you are filled with doubt, Sunday, when that doubt and that uncertainty, will it work? Will I win? Will I be able to conquer everything and everybody that is racing against me? That doubt, could I do it? Could these shoulders lift that amount of burden? Could I do that funeral? Could I see that bandara? Could I go in that hospital and face that hardship? And Arjun comes to see that when you have Krishna with you, yes, you could. That doubt is not necessary. Know this to be true, and he bows. Thank you, dear God. When you couldn't come, you didn't appear to me, but you sent it. You sent the message, and it penetrated my ears. And now my doubt is gone. Yudhishthira was ready, and he bellows that sounding and raising the entire army, the morale of everybody. They are ready. Sanjay says, Raja Yudhishthira placing his troops in battle array against the army of Bhishma, spoke to them, giving them hope. Yudhishthira on one vehicle and Arjuna making his way back to his vehicle where Krishna waited, walking around all of their chariot. Pandits, Brahmanas are sprinkling water to bless, to give Ashirwad, to give them success. Mantras are being chanted by the rishis to give great amount of positivity, so that when they go, progress, success is going to be assured. So much is riding on this war because innocent people are in the middle of this battle. These two sides, these politicians are fighting. But who is going to lose if this side lost or this side lose? Is the innocent people from the city. and all are doing jap, different incense, different mantras are being chanted so that success will come to their side. Do you remember we're going through hardships in Trinidad? And in all this chaos, in all the deaths that are happening, we are under lockdown and state of emergency, and every day it's more and more hours we have to lock down as if we are living in a jailed society. And the numbers are constant. There's no change. We close the bars. Hindus can't go by the river to do Bandara, to do Dasgat. They cannot do 10 days. And we thought, okay, we're going to see numbers drop. No, numbers didn't drop. Numbers rose. We are closing people's business. Children in the States are saying Fauci knew about all that was going on. Children cannot get it. Children will not be dying from it. But still close the school, keep them away, rob them of everything. And keep robbing them. Do you remember when we were in the election season and some people stayed home from that battle? Some people supported the wrong side. I hope you remember the actions that you did, because now we are paying for it. We are the people that are suffering. Are you happy? How can you be happy? Every day, one more hardship is being added to the people, the people of this country. And you're happy? You're thinking about Fete and Carnival? People don't have, as part of the ashram, because of Rian Hazari and from St. Martin and other families that are supporting our little drives. I don't put it on Facebook, I don't take pictures, but we are giving out hampers and meals and trying in our little ways. There are so many single men that never got married, or they divorced, or they live alone, long story short, and they don't have the convenience of a lady to cook and prepare food for them, and these people are in their house, they have nowhere to go to buy something to eat. But the numbers are constant, but people are starving in their house. Do you remember the act for people that supported the other side? The people that voted for this type of treatment? I saw a video on Facebook. Did you see it? People sitting in rain. What I never saw in my life, I don't know about you, sitting outside health centers in chairs in thunderstorm-like rain so that they could get an injection. No humanity, no help, only arrogance, arrogance, arrogance. And it is as if our people is being punished by some form of Rakshas. For what? We voted for that. There are many people said, Kamala didn't give me this and Kamala didn't give me that. You know what? This is what we voted for. Do you know how many business people turned their back on the happiness and the honey and the milk we had in this country? And look at the suffering now because we supported the wrong side. We don't have jobs, we don't have money, the vegetables going up because of these decisions the government is making in the marketplace. Do you remember the other day you could get 8 pounds of tomatoes for $20? Now 1 pound reached to $20 because of what? So the poor guy in the house, he have no job. The guy can't go work to CPEP, the guy cannot go work here, there, wherever. You're afraid to go in the grocery again, COVID. Where are you going to get the food? Buy a little market, alright, buy it. Can't afford to buy it, alright. Now, they talk about raising electrical bill, water bill, now the gas in the car. Now that is going to go up at this time. But what is the cause, the causality of all this? What we did. I listened very carefully when I heard the other day that pensioners in our Dharma we respect. You will hear in our Mahabharat how Yudhishthira goes to bow to that same Bhishma before the war starts, and he says, I seek your blessing as my elder. In our country, the pensioners are a burden. And we want that, we loved it. Are you seeing anybody placating or parading or anybody talking about it? No, we're happy, we love it, we love it. can't love this. This is not right. This is not right. What is happening in this country is not right. The deaths are just numbers. Oh, well, 21 people died today. Oh, lock off the cremation site from Hindus. Don't allow them to do funeral. Small thing. Life goes on. Once we could go and buy 2 bags of cement for however God price, whatever it is. Life goes on. Exams running as normal. You can't even go to the temple or the sensible pundit, because I see some people doing prayers without mask in their face even now. I don't know. But you can't go to the temple to do prayers. We can't do puja. The exam coming still though. It is as if, just like when this war was going to happen, we the people are under the effect of a tyrant. There's no ease. The people are being whipped. We hear about slavery in the times of Africa and the African tragedies that went through with people coming to the West Indies and other parts of the world. What do you call this? We are being beaten. We are being given. If I have to go outside, I could get a ticket for not wearing my mask. But the Prime Minister, that law does not apply to him. And every Polish watching this broadcast tonight, doesn't the rule apply to everybody? Or am I wrong? If I'm wrong, I apologize. I apologize. But I thought the rule was for everybody. I really thought that. But I am wrong. Because police could arrest me. I will get a threat. I will get a message because I'm saying this tonight. But there are other people that don't have to do the same thing. And it's quite fine. And nobody is saying anything because we like it. We love it. We voted for this. Just like these people. Between these two great armies. Now, some on this side, some on this side. Arjun makes his way back to his chariot. Sanjay says, it is driven by Keshava, Krishna. An ape, Vanar flag is flying over the chariot. Hanuman, in a different discourse taken from Anand Ramayana, tells Arjun, if they had a bet, long story short, they had a bet, if you win me, I will sit over your chariot. And I will give you the power of my protection, and I will sit there, and my red flag, do you remember I did the discourse, why the Hanuman flag does be so tall? Why do when we're fixing roof, we put that red flag? When we're transporting things, we put that red. Why red? Hanumanji. He says, I will sit here. So Hanuman was there over the chariot of Arjun. The bow of Shiva is on the shoulder of Arjun. All these wonderful signs. Janardana Krishna then spoke to Arjun. And he says, O scorcher of all the bad people, it is time for you to pray. The sons of Dhritarashtra, they are edgy, they are ready to fight. And Krishna spoke these words to Arjun. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Shuchi Arjutva Mahabaho Sugram Bhima Mukhete Stitiyatam Parajanaye Shruna Durga Stotra Mudhiraye Mat Ye Yatam Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Listen. He says, O Arjuna, it is time to purify yourself while this mantra, while this water is being sprinkled. Call, do the stotra of Durga. Not only for you, O friend. Remember at this point, they are friends. This is a friend driving a friend's car. He is not revealed himself yet in the Vishwarup form. He has not begun to speak yet. Arjuna is talking to his friend and he says, pray to Durga. When Krishna is coming upon the earth in Bhagwat, he says, Durga Mata, if you in Vishnu form, if you come upon the earth with me, I will propagate your worship. And here again he does it. Sanjay says, being addressed in this way, Arjuna put his hands together, he came down on the ground. With hands joined together, he started to pray to Durga Mata for the oppressed people that they led. For the people that are under duress, for the people that are under pain, hardship, taxed. These people, this is the prayer. Arjuna on the side of God, on the side of Krishna, is praying for mercy, praying to be able to help and to lead his people back out of pain and suffering. Somebody might say, well, Baba, we're talking politics. I'm not talking politics. This is current affairs. This is our country. This is the pain. What do you expect a pundit to do? To sing Jai Hare Krishna like a parrot and pretend that we are not suffering and we are not going through? When you take up, you're trying as I am to take little hampers and go, and you see people crying with their little children. When people are worried, will my child pass SEA? Will my child be deficient in the bigger schemes when they get older? When GATE and other programs are cut? Because everything is going and only hardship is coming. What to do? You tell me tonight. For those of you looking on, send me a comment. What do you think? Do you think we are happy? Are you happy? Send me a message. Are you seeing the similarity in the description, in the battle that we are fighting, that they fought? But Krishna is the one who you disturb. When he is with you, have no doubt. The longest rope have an end. There are many people crying tonight. And I'm reading for all of you, for your family, because I can't reach by your house to do justice, to sing and read for your relative's soul. So please forgive me, but tonight I'm reading for you. Share this satsang. Leave me a comment. Tell me where you're viewing from, by the way. Beg of you. We need to start to talk and stand up, because all that they are doing, all this that is going on in this country, where is the massive change? Where is the great difference? Forget all the graphs and all the mamagai. Where is it? People have stopped dying. People are not sick anymore. Where is that news? Arjuna is ready to pray for change, and it calls upon whom? That Adi Shakti. Put your hands together, and just a couple of verses, everybody. He's calling on that mother tonight. We are calling on that mother in a similar fashion. Mother, we need COVID to come under control. We need to win this virus. Mother, people are suffering. Mother, when it had the change in $100, people were suffering. Now they have vaccine, older people in wheelchair, mother, people who can't walk, people who sickly, people going in the rain and again the cold and they feel is COVID and all kind of craziness happening, mother. Mother, we just talk about the times, we just talk about trouble, but mother, your children in trouble now. Mother, we in trouble now. And ma, just as Arjuna is saying this prayer, ma, we are praying, please. Mother, please save the children. Mother, please save the elders. These people work and they put aside, they contribute to the NIS and the NIB and all these things. And now people calling them burden. God, what kind of country gonna be when people, when they reach that age, they become a burden? How can a living, breathing person be categorized as a burden? Then what is the sense? What is the sense, God? We live in here and we have a government and independent, and there's only oppression, taxing tonight, just as Arjun did. Namaste Siddha Sadhini Arya Mandaravashini Kumari Kali Kapalani Kapale Krishna Pitangale. O Mother of the Yogin, Mother, the dweller of the Mandar first. O Daitya that is created, that is worshipped by Brahma, Brahmacharini, I bow to you. O goddess free of all mistakes and decay, I bow to you. O Kali Mata, the wife of Kapila, Kapal Muni, the Daitya that has the black and the brown color, Kali Mata, Mother, I bow to you. Om Bhadrakali Namastubhyam Mahakali Namostute Chandi Chande Namastubhyam Tarini Varadayini. Mother, I, O giver of benefit, I bow to you, Mahakali. O Mother, who is the wife of Shiva, Kal, Mahakal, you are Mahakali. Mother, I bow to you. Mother, I bow to you, O proud one, O rescuer of those that are in danger, O possessor of every auspicious attribute. I bow to you, Mother. Katyayini Mahabhaga, Karalini Vijaya Vijaya, Shaikani Daikani Idam Nana Bharati Idam Paushni. Mother, you sprung from the Katar mace. O Mother, worshipped by all, O fearful one, O giver of victory, O victory itself, O bearer of the banner of the peacock feather in the form of Sheetal Mata, when you are overcoming sickness, the one who has the broom. O Mother, we bow to you. O Mahashashini Priya Nitya Kaushiki Shri Pita Vashini Om Asarhashini Koka Moka Namastubhyam Rana Priya. Oh, the one who people offer blood. Yes. The one who, there's people when you go Jaipur and all these wonderful sites, people still offer blood to that lady. She will take that too. The Shakti in the animal, people offer it to her. Yes. Me and you might offer different. But the Shakti in the animal, Mother, you take it. The Shakti in the coconut, Mother, you take it. The one who is in yellow clothing, the one who devours the asuras, the one who is never afraid of the battle. Oma Shakambari Shwaita Krishno Kutumba Vashini Hiranyakshani Vipura Pakshi Sindur Madhya Akshni Namastude. Mother, you is Goddess Parvati Uma. Shakambari is the form when your children were hungry and starving. From her body she brings the vegetables. January month, every year, you will see Shakambari giant in your Hindu calendar. People offer Mother's tomatoes, the cauliflower, all these different things. And this is done because when people are hungry, when people are starving, when the garden is not bearing, when there's flood, when there's famine, when there's trouble, this is the form we go and we beg for help. Today I am telling you, there are a lot of people hungry. Some of us are comfortable in our homes. So we are adapting to this new lifestyle. We go into the bookstore and we buying pencil and pen. We go in, we getting gas in a timely manner, and we just waiting for another hardship to come. But there are some people just don't know what to do next. When a child comes to you and the child says, I'm hungry, mommy, daddy, what do you pot have? What games is happening here, Mother? Mother, we call upon you in this Shakambari form, Mother. You who is Skanmata, Brahma Vidya, Vidyayini, Mahanidra Dehini, Shri Skanmata, Brahmacharini, Shri Mahakush Mandala Dehini. Mother, you who have the 6 attributes, you is the one who made Skandevta, you is Kartik. Mother, you who is Swaha, Swada, Kal, Kash, Saraswati, Savitri, Mother of the Vedas, all of these things. Mother, we bow to you. Let through your grace victory come to your children. Let victory come to this battlefield. Come to this place that we are fighting for our existence. Mother Durga, come. Mother, wherever it is inaccessible, whatever region that has fear, wherever there is difficulty, hardship, and your worshipper is calling upon you, you who cause anguish to people that oppress other people, you are the sleep that I depend on. You are the modesty that I have for the ladies. You are what makes things beautiful. You are the twilight hour. You are the morning. You are the night. Oh, Savitri. Oh, Mother, I bow to you. Mother, before this fight begins, before this battle begins, Mother, I prostrate myself on behalf of the innocent people. And I beg you, oh Goddess, please shower your grace and your mercy. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Sanjay, who is explaining to Dhritarashtra, Dhritarashtra, his mouth is open. He is shocked to hear the words. My sons didn't pray. My sons didn't call on them. Didn't they know to call on her? They didn't summon that goddess to their side because they are arrogant. They are full of themselves. This is the mark, O Rajan, for those people that are doomed to fall. That arrogance. They know that they beat their chest and they say, I could do this. I will be able to overcome this. But that person who is humble, that person who is modest, that person, even if there is doubt, even if there is doubt in that person, that goddess, even if you call upon her, will remove that doubt and victory will come. When Dhritarashtra heard this, he's uneasy and Sanjay is hitting blows at him. He says, O king, knowing the prayer and the veracity of the devotion of Arjun who had been prayed in preparation for this fight, graciously Durga Mata appears to him, O Rajan. In the presence of Govind, she spoke to the son of Pandu, Arjun. She says, O Pandu Putra, you will vanquish your enemy in no time. In days this war will finish. O invincible one, you have Sri Hari Vishnu at your side. Keshava is there with you. What are you worried about? You are incapable of being defeated now. O wielder of the thunderbolt, Indra incarnate, you have my boon, you have my support because of who you are and what you are and who you protect. You will survive, you will win. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Sanjay says, after Mara made this pronouncement, she disappears. And the son of Kunti, Arjun, considered himself blessed, obtaining that darshan, obtaining that boon, mounts his chariot now. Krishna and Arjun looking at each other, happy in the vehicle. Sanjay says, Krishna tells to Arjun, listen, the person who recites this prayer in the morning time, this prayer you just chanted, Arjun, to Durga Mata, the person who chants this prayer in the morning time will be able to overcome all fear. Yaksh, Rakshas, Pisach, enemy, no fear of snakes, no fear of any animal that has poisonous sting or teeth, no politician, no king, nothing is going to stop you because that person, or Arjun, will have that victory by mother blessing. He will be freed of all limitation. He will become, or her will become, she will become, so potent by the investing of mother's darshan on their body, that whatever the hill they have to climb, they will mount it. He is certain to overcome difficulties. He is certain to be freed from all thieves. If you are being suppressed because of thieves, people can't get work, so people thieving now. Victory because of the goddess of prosperity, because of the goddess that will come. He will live healthy. He will have the strength and live long. This is known to be true, Sanjay says, even by Vyas, the person who writes Mahabharata. Your wicked sons, however, oh, Dhritarashtra, having been entangled in the mesh of death, having been entangled in the noose that is tightening around their neck as the battle is prepping to start. They don't see Arjuna and Krishna as those two souls, Nara and Narayan. They don't see the divinity. They don't see the need for prayer because they are so arrogant that they could do it. Entangled in this net, death is coming. Vyas Muni is writing, Narad, Vyas Muni, Kanva, Parashuram tried to dissuade your sons, especially Duryodhan. And they never listened, they never paid heed, they never wanted. Now they are standing against that Supreme Master Krishna on that battlefield. And O King sitting here know that they are going to lose. There is no way. Sanjay said this. Sanjay said this. Dhritarashtra comes back to him. We have reached now to chapter 24 in Bhishma Parva, Bhagavad Gita, Sub Parva. Dhritarashtra says to him, Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. 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 Kesham Prahar Prishtistagra Yada Yadoyanti Sajana Udgramana Saha Keva Keva Dina Vichetasya Vishwaye Purva Prahar Statra Yadhuyata Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. If it were me or you, maybe a different thought would have come in our mind, listening to all that Sanjay is prompting. Your sons are caught in a noose. They didn't pray. They didn't bow to an elder. They didn't value the blessing that they needed to progress. They are haughty. They are about to die. They are ready to fall. If it was you, the father, maybe, dear God, will have mature and they protect them. Maybe. Dear God, forgive them, the foolish. Dear God, forgive me. I was a blind father. I led them bad. Dear God, forgive them. Protect them. Do you think this king did that? No. Dhritarashtra, coming closer now to Geeta. Dhritarashtra, which warrior? Because in his heart, he could only see the blood. He could only see the ferocity. He knows Bhishma is dead. Remember, that is where we started. And he's listening to the past. He's listening to what already happened. And he's still engrossed in seeing his sons win what they cannot win. He's being told, he was told before, and he's being told again, they are going to fall. And still, which warrior from which side met first? Which one moved first? Which one raised the sword first? In that battle, which side made the ground tremble? Who let loose the first blow? Tell me in detail, O Sanjay. You are doing me such a good seva, O politician. Tell me, because of your drishti, your great eyesight, tell me, amongst those troops, did they put great malas around the neck of Duryodhan? Was it sweet smelling? Did he enjoy the scent of the flowers? Is it that he is ready? Is it that he is sweating as he is dragging out his weapons? Is my son ready to roar? Could you imagine in the mind and the heart of this person narrating the story? Sanjay says, oh, warriors of both sides were cheerful. In the beginning, many of them, all of them on both sides had great malas of flowers emanating great amount of fragrance as they were blessed, worshipped by the ladies, by those that were supporting them. Imagine the people worship the politician as if they are savior, they are God. We put you in this position to save us, to caretake us like parents. In a different discourse in Bhagwat Puran, it says the king, the politician is the person who is supposed to care for his people, have pity, have mercy, love his people. But cursed is the man that only beats his people, that has no mercy, has no love for his people. He could only buff his people and still never deliver on all the hardships and all the measures that we need. We need to pay more for wasa. We need to pay more for gas. We need to pay more for land tax. We need that. We want that. We need that right now. We need to sit in the rain. Rain is falling where I am. We need to sit in the rain. I who would shelter my mother and my grandmother head from a drizzle now have to put them in the rain so that they could get a life-saving vaccine, that some people could get better ones and some people could get special army delivery. Army could go, the army who's sitting, them could go and deliver it for some people. But for some people like dog, so bad we karma is like dogs sit down in the rain. Take what you get. We who stay home from the voting, we who vote for that. So bad is karma. Not even now, Dhritarashtra would understand the fault of the ways he wants to hear more. He wants to hear more. He wants to know what Duryodhana is doing. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. And in the Bhagwat Gita Parva, the sub-parva of the Bhishma Parva, devotees, son Dhritarashtra says one more verse. He's coming now, we are in chapter 25, and he comes now to speak to Sanjay. And what does he say? Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Dharma Kshetra Kurukshetra. Do you remember those words? Samveta Yuyutva Savaha Mamakaha Pandavaisteva Kim Kuruvat Sanjayaha. Narayanaya Krishnaya Ho Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Now, chapter 1, verse 1 of Bhagwat Gita, what we just said. Dhritarashtra says to Sanjay, gathered on that holy land of Kurukshetra, eager to fight. What did my sons do? And what did the sons of Pandu? They are not my boys, they are not mine. What did those other people, children, do? I have no feelings, I have no mercy, I have no love for them. That is what he said earlier. And this is where Bhagavad Gita, this is where the little yellow book, this is where it starts. All this that we have discussed tonight is the preamble, the build up to the Gita. The Gita now is ready. So you understand Sanjay has the gift, the drishti, and he is seeing and he's recalling. Dhritarashtra is sitting on his chair, listening to the story like a child, enraptured, listening to his sons and the sons of Pandu. What is going on? What is happening? And what is in the backdrop? Bhishma, the heart of his army, is dead. We know that. At the beginning of Gita Parva, we know that that person is dead, and still he would not change his mindset. He still would not change his ways. He would not deviate from course. He still is only thinking about, as he says in a verse, he says, my heart is stone, and I have no space in this stone for the Pandavas. I have no space in this stone for the people that support them. So those are not my people. So I have no mercy, I have no love, I have no help to give them. I don't care. I do not care. There is where Gita starts. For the person that asked me the question, who is this D-word Dhritarashtra? Who is Sanjay? Where do they fit in the chariot between Arjun and Krishna? Now the picture is fresh and clear in your mind. That Krishna and Arjuna are sitting on the chariot, that they are about to do Gita. These chapters is the Bhagavad Gita, what we call Gita. We just started the first verse, and now when we come in, Sanjay is going to tell Dhritarashtra that something, all of them lined up and sung was being blown. Mr. Arjun gets doubt. His heart becomes heavy. Have you ever read chapter 1? He starts to tell Krishna, his friend, that I am in trouble, oh friend. He says, oh Madhava, should I be happy killing my relatives? Should I be blinded and do this? Should I forget? Should I not forget and forgive and move forward? It is here with sorrow he sinks to the floor. To the end of chapter 1. He sat down on the floor of that chariot, and all the bow that Mahadev Baba gave him and all the arrows, everything fell to the side. And it is here, Sanjay says, it is here Krishna from the friend becomes the guru, and he starts to teach, he starts to preach, he starts to go with him. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. This Geeta, this song that is given, who listens to it? Arjun is listening to the words of Krishna, obviously, but Hanuman on the flag, who is witnessing and protecting Arjun, he listens, he gets the Vardhan to listen to the Leela of the Bhagavad Gita before the war isn't started yet. Fast forwarding now to where Gita just finished. Vyas Muni gives in the Bhishma Vara Parva. He says, whatever is needed, what is the need to collect all the scriptures, all the books, when Gita exists? This Gita, Bhagavad Gita, from the lips of Krishna. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimbya Shastra Sugrivaha. Gita should be duly listened, recited, read, taught, understood, retained properly. And it has emanated directly from the lotus lips of Padmanabha Mahavishnu himself. Gita consists of all the scriptures, the essence, the energy is in this book. The scripture is embedded, all scriptures, all the teachings, all the energy is embedded in this book. Sri Vishnu sits in this book. Ganga Mata sits in this book. I'll explain that. Ganga lives here. People say Baba carries by Ganga. Ganga lives here. In the Mahatyam of Bhagavad Gita, read half the book and you will get the Vardhan as if you have taken bath in the Ganges. We'll deal with that tomorrow night. A man enjoys freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Birth and death. When Geeta, Ganga, Cha, Gayatri, when these names of these chapters are chanted, retained in his heart, that Krishna has chanted 620 hymns, verses. Arjun has chanted 57 hymns. Sanjay has chanted 67 hymns, and a single hymn has been chanted by Dhritarashtra in this Gita. That first verse is the one verse Dhritarashtra chants. It is stated that the dimension and expansion of this Gita gives so much blessing. Krishna churned the Gita. He churns the Gita and gives it back to the person in different ways. And from his lips come the absolution, the savior that you are looking for, the salvation that you are looking for. It comes from his lips, from the book of the Bhagavad Gita. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Devotees tonight, this is why Gita part is so integral in Shraddha. Gita is placed in Siddha. When even I today, when we are giving hampers, although we are putting staple foods, and now the Siddha is not, in my word, I would say Siddha, but the Siddha is not only for the Pandit. Today, Siddha is for hungry, for the person that needs it. I still place a Gita. And I encourage people to read. I put it out to the group, all of my members in the Ashram group that are looking on. We are going to discuss this word Sunday, this word doubt. Doubt. Because there are many people don't know what to do. There are many people, as I conclude tonight, there are many people that, yes, I pray to God. Yes, I am a Hindu or whatever I am, whatever religion you follow. I believe in God, but when I'm seeing trouble, so, wait, have a God allowing this to happen to me, boy. Why God allowing this to happen? Why? Where is God? Doubt comes. After you listen to Arjun encourage Yudhishthira, after you listen to the courage that Yudhishthira is getting from Arjun, after you hear the Durga, the Adi Shakti appears and she says, you cannot lose, Krishna is with you. In his heart, in his knowledgeable heart, he still had doubt. And you and I get to benefit from the questions that he poses to Krishna. This is the value of this text. And in chapter 4 is a very wonderful chapter. And we are focusing in this Yagna just on that chapter. I invite you to join with me tomorrow night. I thank you very sincerely tonight for your time. I hope you enjoyed this Yagna. I hope you enjoyed this discourse. If I spoke from my heart, if I offended anybody, I'm saying it again, I am sorry. But I am, as a pundit, I lead people and people contact me and they're crying, people are dying. And to me, it is not, okay, another one die, or another funeral, or another bandara has to do, another shroud has to do. No. That is when you're close to people and dies your cousin, somebody, or that one husband, or Richard, sister-in-law, and it is people you know. The despondency and the pain, I am human and it will affect me too. Because I can't sing and be normal. I am not encouraging and I am not pulling wool over anybody's eye. It is not business as normal, and our prayers can't be as normal in this dilemma that we find ourselves in. And I am telling you, there are people that are regretting the mistake they made in that election, in that last election, in the first election too, first one. Look how far we country come. For those of you on the international stage, in the States, in England, you've seen it in different politicians and leaders. Lies. There were a lot of lies. And more it coming out. But for who lost their loved one, and this is what I am focusing on, who lost their loved one, that person don't die. For the person who has to live, they have to survive somehow. In our text tonight, we hear how, by holding on to Krishna. But it doesn't mean that we're not in a fight. Can you sit in your house as a coward and pretend things are normal? I can't. And tonight I'm calling on all of you. Put your message. How are you feeling? Are you happy in your home? Do you have food to feed your family? Are you paying your bills normal? Are you working? Let me hear you. Tell me. Thank God for my job tonight. Lord Krishna, thank you for my children tonight. We had COVID and we overcame it. Wherever you are in this world, dear God, thank you tonight. Don't be like Duryodhana and those. Don't be so ungrateful that to say thank you is hard. Learn from our lessons. Tonight we have done the preamble to Bhagwat Gita, and I hope you remember it. If you're watching this on the repeat in YouTube, I hope you have enjoyed knowing some, before the first verse is chanted, some of our dharma. Imagine what is coming tomorrow night. Imagine where we are going in our discourse. I'm only doing 3 nights. I hope that these 3 nights make a difference. I hope it enters into your life and it gives you something. The blessings float with you and your loved ones. Those that have a death in the family, definitely. For those of you that are viewing in different parts of the world and you are reopening, I know New York got rid of all their COVID restrictions just the other day, and God bless them. I know temples are doing their yag. Different people are trying to give thanksgiving. Some people are still coping with loss. Keep going. With Lord Krishna's blessing, you will win. We will win. For some, we will lose people along the way, unfortunately. And that is beyond our control. But we leave it in the hand of God to guide and protect. You cannot afford now to give up. Tonight from the Ashram, and I want to make mention that again, we have been doing hampers If you would like to get involved, please message me. There are people that need help. I am not calling names, but you know who you are, you're viewing tonight. Some people only think about flour and rice and these things, which is important. But for the ladies, the sanitary napkins, the toilet paper, and all these other type of things that people need, there are people supporting, and I want to encourage you, for those of you that are able, you know yourself, please get involved in a very humane, in a very, private way. We are helping people. Please get involved for your own blessing. Further to that, I want to thank everybody who, stood together with us for the second rounds, for the maturity, the help in different ways. For those people, we are sharing meals on Monday coming. For, as I said, for example, for men that live alone and there's nobody to cook, to have a hot meal. We are trying in a different way to help people. And I'm being frank, I am not helping Hindu alone. Some organizations are only helping their people. When there was floods and mattresses were being shared, they only go to their group. I don't believe in that, to be quite honest. I believe Lord Krishna lives in the heart and mind of everybody, regardless to race, religion, background. I offer, I try. Some people, because of different religion, they might say, well, Hindus, we don't want anything from you, but that is their choice. My job is to try and help. And with the group that we have, and I encourage you to join, I encourage you to message me. If you want to be in my WhatsApp group, the link will be there. You'll see group 6. Just click on it and you will be with us. You could message me on my number will show up on the screen, whether you're watching me live on Facebook tonight or you're watching me on YouTube. It is not late, because there are plenty of people in trouble. And I am begging humbly, please, whatever you could do, this is a time for that type of charity, and we need to help. So, having said that, I'm leaving it there for tonight. I conclude with the beginning of the Geeta, with that preamble, with the chanting of the verses of the Gyan. I want to do just the last verse of the Mahatyam as we end it tonight. Put your hands together before we say final mantra. Mahatmanyam idad Geetaya Maya proktam santanaha Geetani cha padheyastu Yadhuktam tatpalam lavet. The greatness, the Mahatyam, which is what we do tomorrow night, Mahatyam, glory of the Geeta, is eternal, and it is narrated by Krishna when he was leaving the earth at the end of his Krishna Leela. This should be read whenever Geeta is being chanted, and the fruits that are mentioned inside this package of the Mahatyam of Geeta, that is obtained by each person. Iti Shri Varaha Purana Shri Geeta Mahatyam Sampurnam Pat Bhyo Nama. From the Varaha Puran comes the Mahatyam of the Bhagwat Gita. And blessed is the person that is able to listen, to share. So I'm begging you tonight, if you want further blessings, please share this on your Facebook, share it in your WhatsApp, share it for people to listen. Please, I am imploring you, please do your part and leave your comments, share, like the YouTube, like the WhatsApp, like the Facebook, join the WhatsApp group and add me or join my YouTube channel. So when I am doing satsang, you'll be able to get more and more feedback. As you join this group with us, as you join the ashram with us, we invite you to continue to do good and godly works with us. As we teach, we preach, and we try to save our brothers and sisters that need help the most. Thank you again for your support. Thank you again for your kind words. Thank you for your love, and may God continue to bless you. Everybody put your hands together as we've come to the end of our satsang. Tomorrow night, everybody, tomorrow night, we're going to go again. Dear Lord, having said all that we've said and taught and listened to all that was written here in this Mahabharata, thank you for this opportunity. Prabhu, wherever the soul of my father is, Dayanand Gosine, may you please bless him. Tell him his son and his daughters, his wife, we love him, his grand, love him, all of them. And we wish that Lord Krishna shine upon him. For all those people, Kishan Jadunanan and Reena's sister, and all these people, Hema and her family, all these souls that were lost during this time, dear Lord, too many to remember right now. We'll do more tomorrow, everybody. If you would like me to make mention of your family in our prayer, please send me a message. Just give me the name of the person. Send me a WhatsApp. Send me a message on Facebook tonight. Lord Krishna, bless them. Give those souls solace. Whatever I do tonight in Princestown via the airwaves of this internet and Facebook, throughout this world, let the benefit of this discourse reach the families, the solace that they need, the help, the closure, and give the souls of those families the elevation and the peace, the mukti, the liberation that they all crave. Krishna, we thank you. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva tvameva sarvam. Everybody, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Together, everybody. Prem Sabaloma Pati Mahadeva ki Jai. Pawana Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Banke Bihari Lal ki, Santana Gopal ki Jai. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. Jai Jai. Siddharam. Siddharam, everybody, from me and Priyamata tonight, and all our members at the Ashram. God bless you and protect you and keep your family safe. This is our first night of our Gyan, Geeta, Bhagwat Gita Yagna happening here virtually. And again, I'm imploring everybody to please share this satsang. Join me on YouTube. Let us become closer so that when these things are being shared and disseminated, as a guru, I can impact your life even at a distance. Wherever you might be, may God bless you, bless your family, and keep you safe from seen and unseen danger. With love from both of us, everybody, Sitaram. Till tomorrow night, God bless you.